What is going on, everyone tuning into this video? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's Avi Becker here from the SantaBarbara Group, Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate in our home office, and this is going to be the first episode of a multi-part series that's all about our home sellers. This episode is for those home sellers who are about 6 to 12 months out, who have just started about thinking their process about how they're going to go from where they are to where they want to be, whether they're downsizing, upsizing, moving out of Santa Barbara. This video is for you. So often as a real estate agent, we get calls from clients that are saying, hey, we want to list and we want to be on the market in 1 month. And I always love to help my clients in any way I can. I sometimes wish that they would have come to us earlier. And a lot of times people don't realize that it's okay to reach out to us agents 6 to 12 months out, and that actually gives us the best opportunity to help you to sell for top dollar and allow us to help you through that process. Sometimes people think they're bothering us, or they think, oh, I'll reach out down the road when we meet people at open houses who are thinking of selling. But the best case scenario for us to help you get the most money is to help you 6 to 12 months out. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about some common mistakes that sellers make 6 to 12 months out and how we can help as agents. And I think you're going to like the contents of the video, so let's roll into it. Okay, so the first mistake that a lot of sellers make is they decide their home's value based on Zillow, Redfin, or a recent appraisal, compared to looking at what buyers are actually purchasing in their marketplace for homes similar to theirs. It's just so important to realize the value of your home when you're thinking about a long-term selling strategy, because you want to make sure that you know what it's going to sell for and you know what you're going to bring home at the end of the day in terms of your net. That's going to decide on what your move is in your next step in life, whether you're upsizing or downsizing or changing states. It's so important to realize what your home's value is really worth. So instead of just looking at Zillow and Redfin, which can be a decent place to start, but on average they're either 10 to 15% wrong in either direction. Sometimes they're low and sometimes they're high. What we like to do with our clients is set them up with a custom listing alert that's right hyper-local in their neighborhood or showing properties similar to theirs. And when they're 12 months out, they're seeing these the homes that are selling in their direct neighborhood maybe once a month or twice a month. And as we continue the process, we're going to drill down. So they have, by the time they hit the market, they have a crystal clear idea of what homes like theirs have been selling for, and probably a good price strategy to go for their home. The second mistake we see all the time as agents is a lot of homeowners think in a strong competitive market like we have here in Santa Barbara, their home's going to sell for any price that they want and any condition that they leave the home in. They don't realize that sometimes you want to really think about what are the smaller upgrades or improvements or staging that I can do to give my home an emotional pull, that when the buyers walk in from an open house, what is going to draw them in and really hook them with an emotional connection to your home. Are you going to have a dirty carpet? Are you going to have paint smudges on the wall? Or do you want to have a clean, pristine house with nice staging furniture or your own furniture that matches cleanly throughout? A home that's not full of any clutter or personal touches like family photos are oftentimes things that when buyers are trying to visualize themselves in your home with their family, making their own memories, these are items that are going to stop them. So what we like to do is help our clients 6 to 12 months down the road start to think about how can we declutter, maybe start to give away some of the items that we no longer need. How do we come up with a strategy? Are we going to put everything in storage? Are we going to hide things in the garage? How are we going to depersonalize your home so that when it does hit the market, the buyers come in and are just amazed and ready to write hopefully multiple offers, which is what we both want from an agent and a seller standpoint. A third major mistake that a lot of sellers make in today's market is they want to do upgrades, but a lot of times they overspend on upgrades that buyers don't really see as value. Sometimes sellers, they're going to use certain contractors that maybe aren't vetted by us and our team. We have a great list of contractors that do incredible work for a lower price, and these people use contractors that are going to charge top dollar and kind of do high-end remodel improvements thinking that they'll get all that money back. But it's really important to look when you're 6, 12 months down the road from hitting the market, what are the improvements I can make that are not just going to break even but are going to increase value. And a lot of times it's simpler things than some people may expect. Things like paint, things like new carpet. Those are great improvements, where as opposed to adding a second story or opening up walls can sometimes be very expensive and not get you that top dollar. So when we're 6 to 12 months out with our sellers, we like to have those conversations and say, hey, what kind of improvements have you been thinking of making, and here are some of our suggestions that could net you top dollar. And not just that, but here are some of our top guys that we've used in past projects that are not just going to do an incredible job, but make sure you don't get gouged on price as well, because we want to keep your bottom line in mind when we're selling for sure. The last mistake that we see so often that could be prevented if we were working together 6 to 12 months down from selling is not having a clear pricing strategy in mind. And there's a couple different ways you can price a home. A lot of times we see sellers in Santa Barbara, they shoot for the price that's kind of the pie in the sky, the needle in a haystack, where homes around theirs have sold for the fair market value, and they're going to try to shoot above that, thinking that maybe there's that one buyer out there who will just love my home so much that they'll write me an offer. It's kind of the dip your toes in the market technique. And what we've seen is that when sellers do this tactic, they're going to have a lot of days on market, and they're going to end up selling for less than maybe even the market rate, because as their listing sits and gets stale, so many buyers are going to look through that on the MLS or on Zillow, whatever platform they're using, and they're going to think, okay, it's been on the market for 100 days. They obviously haven't sold yet. Either they're not really willing to sell or negotiate, or that maybe there's something really wrong with the house, and we're going to skip it and go to the new fresh material. Just like a fresh loaf that comes from the bakery, your listing is going stale when you kind of have this idea of testing it out in the marketplace. A lot of sellers, they kind of try to figure out what the fair market value is, and they're competing head to head with other listings around their value. And some of our savviest clients, they know the fair market value, and they want to bring it down just slightly to create a buying feeding frenzy where they're going to get multiple offers. They're going to get to drive the price as high as the market will allow, and they're going to get to pick the offer that works best for them. Sometimes sellers, they want to have a rent back so they can perhaps look for their replacement property. Sometimes they need a quick cash close for whatever reason. And when you price it at that style where you're creating this multiple offer frenzy, you're going to get all the offers, and you're going to have the leverage as a seller, so you're going to get to pick the best offer that works for you. We've had multiple properties in the last year get 10 plus offers, and it's really fun. It's hectic, but it's fun for our sellers to be able to say, we're in complete control. What offers are we going to proceed to work with? So these are things to think about 6 to 12 months out, way before you're even actually on the market, and that's why we like to help work with our sellers this far down the line. So with all these common mistakes being made by sellers who aren't thinking in terms of in big picture to start their process 6 to 12 months out from hitting the market, it's clear that when we have a seller contact us this far down, we are really excited to work with them, because we know that we're going to have time, we're going to have all of our options available, so that when we do hit the market, we're completely ready to go. It's much tougher when a seller says, hey, I have a new job and I want to hit the market in a month. We obviously can make it happen, but we have more time to bring in our professional stagers, to declutter, to make it a less stressful situation when our sellers reach out to us 6 to 12 months down the road. And we're not just transactional salespeople, at least my team, we aren't here at the Santa Barbara Group. We want to be able to help you out from the long haul. We want to be there from step A, which is step one, when you decide, okay, I want to make a move, to all the way to moving you into your new home. Whether that's making sure you're connected with a great real estate agent in whatever state or country you decide to move to, or if it's making sure that we're there to help from every step of the way, from selling and purchasing your new replacement property, whatever that may be. So if you're watching this video and you've had any thoughts of selling and you feel like it's too early to reach out to a real estate agent, I think you might think differently, because if we have the more time we have to work with you, hopefully the smoother the transaction will go, and we would love to help you any step of the way, all the way from step 1 to step 20, whatever, because we're here to help and we're here to serve our clients in a way that's consultative and not pushy. So give us that time, and know that 6 to 12 months from hitting the market is when you want to start strategizing and making sure you're not hitting these common mistakes. If you found any value in this video, throw me a like. I would so appreciate it. Jump in the comments and maybe tag some friends. I always love chatting with you guys in the comments, and I so appreciate anyone that took the time to watch this video. I hope it brought you some value. The rest of the seller series will be available as well, counting all the way down to where you hit the market. It's going to be a multi-part series that will help educate you on all this different steps. This video is focused on 6 to 12 months out, but I think you might find all the other videos valuable as well. And as always, make it a great day.